Hi my loves, welcome back to the February monthly colour and chat. I'm sorry this is a bit late. I usually like to film these at the beginning of the month, but the past few weeks have been a bit hectic and all over the place, which I will talk about when I actually start the colouring bit of the colour and chat. But before I begin, I want to show you my colouring book haul. There's 4 books here which I've purchased over the past few months. And then there is a completed colouring page which I want to show you in Johanna Basford's Secret Garden. Now, I want to start by apologising for the background noise. My neighbours, I don't know what the hell's going on over there. They're doing some work on the unit and I don't know, it's just really annoying. I've waited ages for them to finish, but you know, I can't wait anymore. Like, I don't know when they're going to finish, and it's just really bugging me that I can hear it. And if I can hear it, you guys can probably hear the distracting background noise. So I'm really sorry about it. Hopefully they'll freaking finish soon. It's giving me the shites. Anyway, sorry about that. I do get cranky about these things when I'm trying to film. And I think I'm always apologizing for background noise because the area that I live in, like, it's a nice area, but down our street we do get a lot of traffic flow and all this noise. So I'm always apologizing for that. Hopefully the background noise won't be too distracting for you guys, but we'll see how we go. So the first book you can see is Coco Wyo Cute Cozy Cuties, cute comfy colouring book. A lot of cuteness happening here, which I don't mind, and I'm really enjoying this colouring book trend that's happening right now on TikTok. I don't know if it's as big on YouTube, but it's all the cute, cozy, comfy colouring books that are on trend right now, and I'm loving it. So I'm right in this trend, and this is Coco Wyo's latest colouring book, so I couldn't help myself. And this book is so, like, you recognize Coco Wyo's, you know, style, but this book, when they print their books with Penguin, they're like, the quality of the paper is just so much better because it's that extra bit, like the thickness, it's just that extra bit of thickness compared to, you know, the normal Amazon paper that we normally get. Not that the Amazon paper is unusable, you know, it works fine, but I do really like the thickness and the paper quality of the Penguin colouring books when they print with Penguin. So I wish all these colouring books had this paper quality, but never mind. So I'm really excited to colour in that one. The next one is the Cute London Cute Kawaii colouring books that they have. This one is so cute. I really love Cute Kawaii colouring books. I have the Froggy Days and Dreamy Days. Another one by Cute Kawaii Colouring. This is Cappy Days. So this is all capybara, buri, however you say that animal. Capybara colouring books. This is very cuteness overload. And some days you just want to be cute and simple. And then the last one is the Cute Paris colouring book, and this is by the same kawaii creator, so I'm very excited about that. So just 4 colouring books over the past few months, nothing massive, but that's my little colouring book haul. And then the page I have completed here is, so this is Johanna Basford's Secret Garden. This Johanna Basford is well known in the colouring community, and I have all of her books and I do love them as well. And the page I have completed, it's near the beginning, is this double page spread. I filmed this on TikTok just because I found a sound I wanted to use while I was coloring. So this page, even though it's 1 minute, like the TikTok is 1 minute long, if you want to see the TikTok, I'll leave my TikTok link below. It's somewhere on my page. But this took me 6 hours. Like, it took me a while, because if you know Johanna Basford, you've got to really be in the zone, and she has all these little leaves. And I mean, look, it depends on how much effort you want to put into the coloring page, but you know, the shading and trying to work out the colors of the leaves and the birds, it takes a little while. So yeah, this took me 6 hours, which, like, I'm not mad about. I had the best time. I binge watched Outlander while coloring this, and I'm loving Outlander as well. It's the first time I'm watching it on Netflix. And I used my Prismacolors. I used a bit of ink, I think, for the shading, just to give it that more whimsical magic garden vibe. And then I used so I used Prismacolor, inks for the background, and gel pens. And yeah, I actually really like how this turned out. And I think I did this on a Saturday night, and it was the best time ever. Like, if I'm at home coloring with a cup of tea or a coffee and, you know, good music or good TV shows in the background, I'm not mad about that Saturday night. And this was a lot of fun. So that's that book there. And now we will get into the actual coloring bit of the video. So the February book I'm using is Coloring Heaven Fairytopia Special. Now this book has sentimental meaning, and I'm using it in February because my cousin, who passed away in 2023, when she was in hospital, she had this coloring book with her, and she just bought it at the newsagent. That's where I purchased my copy from, because I'm like, oh, where did you get that book? And so I really liked it, so I purchased a copy as well. The plan was to kind of color with her, but that never happened. Things just got too upsetting, and anyway. And so I've decided that in February I'm going to bring this book out, because her birthday was on February 15th, which was, I know, a few weeks ago. But this book is going to be dedicated to my cousin. And even though, like, she is my cousin, she was like my big sister. Like, I grew up with her, and she was the best. It's still a bit upsetting, but, you know, as time goes on, you kind of just get used to people, I don't know, passing away, I guess. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that all dark and everything. But this book will be in remembrance of her, because she coloured so many pages, and when she coloured the pages, she used to pin them around in her room, and she did a really beautiful job, and she used all bright rainbow colours. So that's what we're going to do today. And the material or the art supplies that I'm using is, I want to really use my crayons again. So this is just the pack of 64 crayons that I've had forever, and then my neon crayons, because they're bright and bold and colourful. So we're going to use those today. And I have coloured a few things in here already. So I've coloured this beautiful lady, which I absolutely love. And then, so this one, this was another colour Color and Chat, and this is where this page was part of my crayon series that I did on my channel a few years ago. And this page I dedicated to Katie. She passed away in July 2023, and I did this in August, so this page was dedicated to her. But I've decided, like I said, to dedicate this entire book to her. And I'm just doing it for February because, yeah, February is a bit of a tough time for the family because, you know, that's when her birthday was, and you just remember the people that have passed away. And I don't think I've coloured, no, I haven't really coloured anything else. So the page I want to do, which I have marked, is this pretty lady with the unicorn. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to say, so Colouring Heaven, if you don't know, they're a colouring magazine subscription. I'm not subscribed to them. The newsagent at the hospital I work at does sell these every now and then, so that's why I purchased it. And this is the Mystic Art Mirrors special. So Mystic Art Mirrors has all these beautiful colouring books. This is her style, her ink style, or her art style that she's known for. These beautiful, whimsical fairy tale women with big eyes. And I've coloured in a few of her colouring books, and I do own other colouring books of hers, and I love them. I always have a great time. So we're gonna colour in this page today, and I want to bring my crayons back into it. So I'll just get set up and we'll get started. Okay. I'm thinking for her, she can be like maybe a blue. No, that's grey. You know what? We're just gonna go this one, and that is Periwinkle. How cute. I'm so excited to be using crayons again. Even though they are probably the more challenging art supply, I still have to find my groove with them. Even after all the videos that I filmed using these. But I just know that there's so many bright colors, and that's what Katie liked. My cousin, she loved bright rainbow colors, so I'm going to try and make this as colorful as I can. But like I said, this page is dedicated to her in February. Because, so funny enough, my cousin and my dad had the same birthday, February 15th. Not on the same year, obviously. So it used to be such a lovely day for the family. We used to get together and just have like a family dinner and just celebrate, you know, two important people in our lives. Just to celebrate them. And look, we still do, but obviously it does make it that bit more emotional because they've both passed away. So my dad passed away in 2014. He had a spontaneous brain bleed, so definitely didn't see that one coming. So it's been a while, but you know, and just like any death, it does get easier with time, but it's still, you know, there is still days where you get emotional and you do miss them a lot. And then my cousin, like I said, she passed away in 2023. Again, very spontaneous, didn't see it coming. She was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. For the unicorn, I'm going to go in with the neon crayons, and I want to do the unicorn like a magical pink. And this is Pearl Purple Pizzazz. Yeah, so definitely didn't see that one coming. She went for scans. They found some lesions on her brain. And then she had more scans and more tests, and it had pretty much, by the time they discovered it, it had pretty much spread all over her body, which was just crazy. That's the long story short of it. So, yeah, was diagnosed in February and passed away in July the same year. Yeah, so we've lost 2 significant people in our lives. So it just goes to show that, you know, nothing lasts forever, does it? And, you know, everything can be taken from you so quickly sometimes. And, you know, you just kind of get used to moving on, I guess. And moving on doesn't mean you've completely forgotten about them, because I still think about these people every day. But, yeah, you just get used to it in your life. But you also meet some beautiful, amazing people around you as well. Now for the next leaf, I want to get a red. And that's red. So that's, I won't talk about depressing stuff anymore, but you know, it is a part of life. It's part of the life cycle, and everyone experiences their life differently, don't they? Just want to swatch this green. Okay. I don't really have any plan on this page. I'm just kind of putting down colors, and we'll see how we go. And even though these are Crayola, I think, you know, Crayola are well known for their affordable art supplies, especially their crayons. It doesn't mean, like, these crayons are still really good to use. Now for the sharpener I'm using, this is a Faber-Castell sharpener that I have lying around. This pack of 64 crayons has the sharpener in there, but I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't seem to. I find that my Faber-Castell sharpens better. I'm just using yellow. The name of this green is Granny Smith Apple. The Crayola just gets so creative with their colours. I'm just trying to shade in the bits here. The thing is though, with these crayons, I'm finding that the pigment isn't really there. Like this one's gold. I was kind of hoping for it to be a little bit darker, but that's cool. We will make this work. I've just realized they're her ears, I think. So we'll just do them with the periwinkle. So thank God the noise has stopped with the neighbours. Like they're still doing something over there, but they're not using that heavy drill or chainsaw or whatever they were using. There still might be a bit of banging around, but it's not as bad as it was. So you still might just see, you still might just hear a bit of traffic, which is usual on my videos. I spoke too soon. I think they're starting up again, but hopefully it won't be too distracting. Just kind of shading in a little baby unicorn here. Oh my God, what an idiot. I've been using the wrong color. She's the neon. Oh my gosh. Oh, because I wanted her a bit more like pastel-y. Oh well. She can be many shades of pink. Oh well, I mean, look, it still turned out all right, but oh, I didn't pay attention to the crayon I grabbed. Never mind. Now for her wings, I've grabbed this color. Well, that's very fluoro. Also with the neon crayons, they're a bit glittery. I don't know if You can see that there, but they do have a bit of glitter in them, which I don't mind. That is very bright for her wings. What's this blue? You know what? Let's just do fluoro yellow wings. Now, like I mentioned, I do apologise about my February colour and chat being a bit late. There are many reasons why. I normally don't like to get the monthly colour and chats out this late. I mean, the day I'm filming this is the 26th of February, so we still got some bit of time in February. But I normally like to film these or get these out at the beginning of the month. However, it's just because of, I guess, work. Well, work does take up most of my time. I've mentioned many times before, but in case you didn't know, in case you're joining me for the first time, I'm a nurse, so shift work is a lot. It does take a lot of my emotional time and my physical time. But especially in the past few weeks, it has been a lot. So the past few weeks I've been working like Monday to Friday, still doing shift work. And then on the weekends I've had social stuff, so I haven't had time to film. And then also, I've been doing a whole heap of night duty with not many days off after. And if you don't do night duty, or if you don't work in healthcare, and this happens quite a bit, like I worked 3 night duties and then I had 2 days off. And 2 days off is good. But when you do night duty, so the first day off is a sleep day, because you finish night duty that morning and they count that as a day off. So that's your sleep day, which, you know, it's still part of the day gone, and you wake up just feeling awful and groggy. Like, night duty does mess with you. And that's what happened to me this time around. I got 3 night duties and 2 days off, and oh my gosh, that I just felt like I was jet lagged the whole time. Like, it took me ages to get back into my normal sleep pattern, and it just messes with you. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out her hair color. Oh, yes, I like that pink. All right, so we'll go with that pink. I kind of want it changing because she is a magical fairy. All right, so those 2 colors. And why don't we go, should I add a 3rd color? No, I think that's it for her. So we'll kind of go the darker one up here. Anyway, so yeah, all recovered now, which is fine. But yeah, the past few weeks have been jam-packed with work. I actually gave my first nursing talk, presentation, education session for the first time in my nursing career. I've been nursing for about 14 years, and I've been to lots of education sessions, but this time I actually hosted or ran my first education session, which was not as bad as I thought. I just hate public speaking, which I know is odd because I'm on camera with you guys right now, but this is so informal and it's fine. Whereas, you know, if you speak in front of your work colleagues and all that, it's I don't know, it's just different because you have to speak about like a certain healthcare topic. And yeah, so I did that for the first time, and that was okay. Just work and my social life has been keeping me busy, but I actually have a few days off now, so I'm hoping to smash out some colouring TikToks and more of these colour and chat videos, hopefully. Like I said, because my nursing roster and my social schedule make it so inconsistent for me to post videos, so I'm very sorry. However, I'm always thinking about what videos I can film for you guys, and just to get into colouring, because I've mentioned before, I love doing this. Doing any form of art and colouring is like my therapy session. It's like I can just zone out and my mind just goes into the colouring page, and it's a good time for me. So this is the stuff I love doing. This makes me a happy gal. Yeah, so if I'm not on YouTube, then that is what's happening. I'll tell you what I have been doing when I've been getting home from work, though, is reading on my Kindle. I bought a Kindle a little while ago. I had recent laser in my eye. That's a whole nother story. Okay, so the unicorn's hair is going to be Pearl Atomic Tangerine. Yeah, so I had to have more laser on my eye. So let me tell you the story of that. I think I've mentioned it in a previous colour and chat. But so back late last year, I had to have a laser iridotomy on my eyes because I've got narrow angle glaucoma. So glaucoma is where the pressure in your eyes builds up and it can actually damage the nerve, and if it gets really badly damaged, then you lose your sight. So it's really important for you to kind of keep on top of that. So one way to kind of make sure your eyes drain properly and relieve the pressure, like the fluid pressure, is to have the laser iridotomy, and that just creates like another hole in your iris just to help relieve the muscle and the fluid so it drains better, because that's what the ophthalmologist said. She's like, I wasn't happy with how your eyes are draining. So back in, was it October or September, October last year, I had both my eyes done, like with the laser iridotomy. Don't recommend it. I hate eyes. Like anything to do with the eyes, it freaks me out. Doesn't matter if it's on me or on one of my patients. Like, it's just, oh, it's so awful. Yeah, so I had to have that laser, but I had a 6-month checkup post the first laser. The ophthalmologist said she wasn't happy with how my left eye was draining. So of course we had to have a second laser iridotomy on my left eye. Oh, and I tell you, I dread it, because they give you drops beforehand to kind of prep the eye. The drops are for, one's to constrict the pupils and one is to relieve the pressure. So the pressures change in your orbital area. And that messes with me a lot. Like, those drops give me the worst headache I've ever experienced, and of course with the headache comes a really bad nausea. And the first time I had those drops for both of my eyes, the ophthalmologist called me in and she's like, oh my god, you don't look so good, you look like you're gonna pass out. And I was like, yeah, I've got a really bad headache and I feel like I'm going to be sick. So that delayed my first appointment. Like, it delayed the appointment because I had to lie down for like 45 minutes. So I was there 45 minutes longer than I should have been, but I just could not do anything. Like, the headache, when you have a really bad headache and nausea, you don't want to move. So she was like, well, I can't do the laser if you're going to pass out. So I'm like, okay, let's just see how we go. Anyway, so that passed, and thankfully she could still, like, my eyes were still prepped enough to do the laser. But yeah, those drops, so I had to have those drops again for the second laser, and luckily it wasn't too bad, because I think it was only for the left eye, so it was only the one eye. But I still got like a minor headache, but I wasn't going to pass out or be sick like I was the first time. So that's one good thing, but you still get the headachy, awful symptoms. And it's all because, you know, the pressures are changing in that area. So I had to have that laser last week, and it's been a week and my eyes seem to be okay, but, you know, I need to go for another checkup in April, which is fine. I don't want to have any more laser though. Like, I'm praying that I don't have to, because, oh my goodness, it was, yeah, nah, not cool. However, this is all so it doesn't cure the glaucoma, but it just helps the disease from progressing. Glaucoma is a slow progressing disease anyway, but this will just save the little nerves in my eyes. And I got it, well, I assume I got it from Mum, because she's got glaucoma, but she hasn't had to have any lasers or anything. She just goes for like 6 monthly checkups, which is fine, whatever. Anyway, so since the laser, like, because it was still fresh, it was really hard for me to read like my normal novel physical books. So I have a Kindle, and with the Kindle you can change the font and the font size and whatever, and that's been so helpful. So I can, you know, I could adjust the font so my eyes weren't straining too much. So I've been reading heaps on my Kindle. I've read The Teacher by Frida McFadden. What else have I read? I've read 2 Penelope Douglas books. Well, I've read one. So Birthday Girl was the first one I read. I loved it. And the second one I'm currently reading is Credence by Penelope Douglas. And I know her books can be a bit controversial, but I want to see what happens. Yeah, she's not for everyone, Penelope Douglas. Like, the themes and the stories and the characters and what happens and the dark romance that happens, it's not for everyone. However, I am enjoying myself, and I'm open-minded, so I'm just going with the flow, and I really want to know what happens to the characters in Credence. Anyway, the Kindle has been so gentle and good for my eyes. Like, I'm loving my Kindle at the moment. I kind of go through phases where, like, I love the Kindle and then I'm reading other books. You've all seen my book collection, so I want to get through as many books as I can. But that's been really fun for me. Like, it helps me zone out after work, is just coming home and unwinding and opening my books that I'm reading. I'm in my book era at the moment and I'm not mad about it. Yeah, tell me what books you guys are reading and if you have any recommendations at all. Because I'm always curious to see what people are reading. So this colouring session here is just very simple colouring. Like I'm just kind of laying down colours anywhere and just going with the flow, really. This was a toss-up between colour pencils or crayons. I think maybe next time I might use colour pencils, where I just really wanted to get the crayons out again. Because they're fun and nostalgic to use. Now her horn can be the same as her wings. I don't know if you can see, but her wings are actually very pretty and glittery. I don't know if you can see that. I think it was this one, Laser Lemon or something. These neon crayons are so cool. Very neon-y. So they've lived up to their name. Now I'm just shading her face with violet. So I'm probably going to go back and forth with violet and the periwinkle just to shade her face a little bit. I feel like I want to give her a bit of a pinky blush though. Yeah. Back and forth with the pink and the purple. Might darken her eyes with a bit of the black. Black over here. So the books I'm currently reading are, what is it? Credence. Probably about almost halfway through from Credence. And what's the other one? Zodiac Academy. I'm up to book 3. What I like to do is I like to have a book going on my Kindle because I can take that like to and from work or to appointments. Like the Kindle is so much easier to carry around. And then I actually like to be reading a physical book as well, which is my Zodiac Academy at the moment. I'm in the middle of that series, which I love. There's a lot of books though, so it's going to take me a while to get through them. I'm not the fastest reader. Sometimes the shading is not as dark as you'd like it to be. That's where the pigment payoff in this can be a little bit not to my liking, but it's all good. You make it work. Now I think I want her eyes. I thought I saw like a really, like I want them to be that kind of green, which was in the, what's this color? This isn't green. No, that's laser lemon. You know what? The little unicorn can have the same color eyes as her. They can be matchy-matchy. This black crayon is getting a good workout. It's because I've used it for most of my shading bits. Just doing a bit of line work here with the pine cone thingies. Let me just go over the red again, just to blend it out a bit better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that, guys. Calling this done. I do apologize if it was like a bit simple and quick, but you can only do so much with crayons, and I'm still trying to figure out my groove with using the crayons. But I do have so much fun working with bright colors, and it's just fun to work with crayons because it's like it's just a different texture, and it's fun to try and figure out the colors and how to shade with them and do all sorts with crayons. So I'm still figuring that out, but thank you so much for joining me in this February color and chat for 2025, and thank you for listening and putting up with my rambling as well. Oh, actually, let me write what I wrote on the other page. February 2025. Okay, that is for my beautiful cousin Katie. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next color and chat. Ciao ciao.